Now it is our pleasure to bring you once again KATHRYN KUHLMAN, the young woman who has brought a belief and a hope into the hearts of thousands of people. KATHRYN has spread an internationally recognized beam of light throughout the world, which radiates divine power and undying faith in the creed of the Lord. This program is sponsored by the KATHRYN KUHLMAN Foundation and is made possible through the free will contributions of the people. And now, here she is, KATHRYN KUHLMAN.
Hello there, and have you been waiting for me? I knew you'd be there. I was just sure you'd not forget me today, all thanks. And remember, no matter what the problems on that life of yours, as long as God is still on his throne and hears and answers prayer, and just so long as your faith in him is still intact, everything will come out all right. Well, sir, I've got a way of knowing just how many of you are listening to these broadcasts, because this is the first announcement regarding something that's very special that I'm making. And if you've heard the announcement, write to me and tell me what you think about it. All right? Here it is. I'm going to be in person in the Pasadena Civic Auditorium Sunday afternoon, April the 4th. The doors will be open at 1 o'clock, and the service will begin at 2:30. Now, that's all that I'm going to say about the announcement. It's left with you. If you've heard this announcement, write and tell me. I'm just checking up on you. Now, that's April the 4th in the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. KATHRYN KUHLMAN in person. Sunday afternoon, April the 4th. All right, and now in session, one of the great teen rallies in the great Syria Mosque here in Pittsburgh. the heart of the Master is when teenagers look up and tell him they love him. Oh, how I love Jesus telling him. One full minute, you stand there and talk to him. You pray. You pray your own prayer. Tell Jesus what's on your heart. Bring him your need. He knows you better than you know yourself. You may feel that there isn't a person in the whole world who understands you. Oh, but there's one who understands you. One who understands you perfectly. He knows all about you. And he'll hear the slightest whisper from that heart of yours. He'll even hear the prayer in that falling tear. I've known him to hear a prayer in just a sob and a sigh. That's God. Father, you know every teenager in this place. You know the hunger in their heart. Cover them, I pray, with the blood. Surround them with your love. And keep them, I pray, in your tender care for Jesus' sake. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. God bless you. And now the choir. Amen. Here they come. Come on, choir. God, love. Something. Come on, Willie. Come on, Willie. When the service gets to a certain tempo, I know when it's time for Jimmy and Charlie and Willie to sing it. And come on, Willie. And Willie never dreamed he was going to be on the program tonight. But here it every time. Come on, Willie, every time. Come on.
Every time.
Every time. This is the time.
Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Upon the mountain, whom my Lord spoke, out of his mouth came fire and smoke. Oh, I looked all around me, oh, it looked so fine. Well, I asked the Lord if all were mine. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been told that the streets up there are paved with gold. If you get to heaven before I do, tell all of my friends I'm coming too. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. There ain't but one train upon of this track. Well, it runs straight to heaven and it runs straight back. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
Over Carnegie Music Hall. Willie's been a Christian how many years now, Willie? And tell what Jesus really means to you.
Okay, Miss Kuhlman, I'm always delighted to testify for the Lord. I've been with the ministry about going on 11 years now.
That's
I've been in the choir for that many years.
Uh-huh.
When I first came to the choir, Miss Kuhlman will tell you, I knew all of the Lord. I didn't have him in my heart. But when I joined the choir and I saw the other young people giving their lives and their heart and being born again, I certainly realized that all the years I had been brought up in a Christian home, but I had never
just give my heart to the Lord and ask Him to come into my heart and forgive my sin. And it was through His choir that I did it. And I tell you, it's been a wonderful 10.5 years. And I wouldn't take anything for it. And since I've been in the choir, I had quite a job at the Carnegie Library, which I worked on the bookmobile, county bookmobile.
Yes, some of you may recognize Willie. Give him a great big applause. Come on. Give him
died for you and me. Hallelujah. Sing it. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name. Hallelujah. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name. Hallelujah. Jesus rose and lives on high. Hallelujah. Jesus rose and lives on high. Hallelujah. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name. Hallelujah. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name. Hallelujah. Jesus wants you for his own. Hallelujah. Jesus wants you for his own. Hallelujah. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name. Hallelujah. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name. Hallelujah. Let's hear it, everybody. Jesus, Lord, we praise thy name.
And you're listening to the KATHRYN KUHLMAN Concert Choir singing from the Great Syria Mosque.